Well, this video is a little bit overdue. So Zajeff, a month ago, well actually over a month ago, it was when Arlecchino's banner was running. He played on my Polearm Only account, and that was a cool, fun thing. Most people, I think, haven't seen, Zajeff playing on the account and his thoughts on it. Point is, I'm going to commentate over like what he was doing on the account. Look, it's the Zajeff. He didn't have any game audio, by the way, during his thing. And yeah, I don't know why he was doing.
There we go. That's perfect.
Yeah, he was doing that this stream for some reason. Don't ask me why. It's just Zajeff things.
Hey, this is perfect.
This is a Jeff laugh. If my face cam worked, I'd do it.
Over the forehead, and it's a forehead.
Of course, I let him see Candace as soon as he logged in.
We gotta figure out if we can 36 star just like they did.
Oh, I wish I didn't.
Like,
okay.
We could take a peek at what teams they're using.
See, he cheated. I wanted him to figure out the teams for himself.
That's something that crossed my mind, but it felt like the second side would be a little weak.
He's not wrong.
But I guess second side doesn't need to be as strong, and maybe with like Xiao Zhongli, you're fine.
Remember, this is the previous Abyss cycle, by the way, different enemy lineup. You'll have to excuse the quality, by the way, because it's a recording of a Twitch stream, so quality ain't good. It's really funny, by the way, seeing the Arlecchino damage here in this team, because this is C0 Arlecchino with a two-piece build on her. Right, it was back like right when I basically first got Arlecchino. I think it was only like in the first week of her banner. I have a little bit better of a build now at the very least, and some constellations, a couple. Yes, and Bryden was on her hybrid build. Someone noticed in the comments. Oh yeah,
it's actually wow.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, so this was not like this was a team I was testing, I think, to compare Hu Tao normal attack focus build versus a Arlecchino normal attack focus. So that's why Yunjin and Candace were here.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that.
He says he likes it, but I like the team too. It's fun, but it's not a team that actually works all that well.
Or it's a single target side entirely. That makes sense.
And of course, this is just this stupid plungy boss. And because of the plungy shenanigans, you can try to like get some vapes on Hu Tao, but you can see it has pyro on it, right? So he's not vaping on Hu Tao, he's vaping on Candace. I think Candace does have a DPS build, a pretty strong emblem build on her.
Wow, we actually have a lot of time to spare here.
Yep. I do think Hu Tao is on the wrong build here, by the way. I think she's on her Marsh's 100 build, which is not a build I normally use unless I'm using Hu Tao with Chevreuse or a certain upcoming polearm. But yeah, it still works. She still works on Marsh's says for having a strong team the first side, like a Chevreuse team that clears faster. You can use a weaker, non-ideal build on the second side.
I mean, as long as I don't play like an idiot, but we'll be fine.
I mean, that's always the key, yes. Especially on this account. There's been many an Abyss cycle that I just struggled through from my bad play.
So we can definitely... Damn, that's kind of crazy.
Yep, C6 Chevy.
This is a pretty big deal, though, I will say.
Yeah, C6 Chevreuse.
It's definitely a pretty big deal.
Zajeff is absolutely not wrong. C6 Chevreuse is more of a game changer than anything else on the, well, okay, not C6 Chevreuse in specific. It's more Chevreuse just in general. And like to emphasize how important she is, I have Arlecchino, a fairly, strong, I'd kind of put a lot of resources and went all in Arlecchino, to say the least. And if my Chevreuse was C0 and I still had C6 Arlecchino, and I was forced to delete one of them from the account, I would delete C6 Arlecchino before I deleted C0 Chevreuse. She does more for the account. Like, Chevreuse honestly made Polearms Only kind of boring in a sense, because like it's honestly not that hard to 36 star anymore. I've kept up a streak, I think, for over or close to a year at this point, getting 36 stars in the Abyss. There's many in Abyss cycle that have been a struggle, and since Chevreuse released, there's been none that have been a struggle, is what I'll basically say. Having C6 specifically is less of a big deal than having her at all.
I'm guessing your Raiden's on a normal build? Yeah.
No.
Because there's no way in hell.
No. No.
There's no way in hell you're getting past the pyro shields and the pyro specters with...
There's some people in chat that noticed it.
With an EM Raiden build. Raiden is not on a normal build? Wait, what?
4-piece emblem, EM main set.
Oh god. That's... Why? What is this? Why are you... Ah! Why? Why are you emblem EM? What? I can explain? Explain then!
So I don't...
Explain yourself.
Okay, so to explain the Raiden build, hybrid Raiden is more universal, notably in the context of being able to use Raiden in Dendro context. Yao Yao plus Candice equals, Dendro core generation. Raiden is spending a decent amount of time off field because I have to use Yao's burst to get some Dendro application going, and then, triggering Hyper Blooms, right? And a 522 EM build is going to get in the neighborhood of, I think, 18k Hyper Blooms if I recall. Then her crit stats that she has would be able to make her crit meaningfully while she's on field, as well as getting meaningful off field aggravates too. And the thing that enables it to make sense is a specific weapon called Staff of Scarlet Sands. What this weapon basically does is it gives her a whole bunch of the stats she needs at a baseline, like 44 crit rate. That makes it easy to bias more towards a little bit of ER that she needs on to be able to burst consistently. This passive is very easy to trigger on Raiden and converts her EM to attack. And that kind of breaks the balance of EM stats in this game, where an EM is meant to be a stat that only is giving you value when you're triggering a reaction. Staff of Scarlet Sands makes it so that you're getting value from that EM even when you're not triggering a reaction. Alright, so this is a single target situation, and Raiden has 1700 attack, right, without any stacks from Staff of Scarlet Sands right now. But yeah, watch how much of an increase in her attack is from having this amount of EM. Where are you? Okay, butthole. Of course, this dude is annoying. Alright, 2156, right? That's a little bit over 400 attack with this build. And this is a very highly invested build, to be clear. I'm not saying this is an easy path to go down towards, but that's more attack than it attack goblet gets. And I'm also getting the value of the EM. So, in contexts like this, right, blam, we get 130k. Now, this is a Raiden with constellations, but this is also a very non-ILD team. And for a hybrid Raiden, on my main account, I can get way more damage out of hybrid Raiden. So you can still, you can slay Bennett instead of Zhongli, right? So hybrid Raiden is just this weird mess of reconceptualizing how you consider different stats to be valuable in a way that opens up the number of teams you can use on Raiden and have her be a viable carry in, kind of to a crazy degree. It is not as viable a thing for Polearms Only because my available Dendro and Hydro units aren't the greatest at enabling hybrid Raiden to be really good. What I want to do is I want to convince the Jeff to pull for a 5-star weapon. Enough about hybrid Raiden, back to the reaction content. I like how he didn't notice the goblet here, by the way. He didn't notice that just sitting on screen. Meanwhile, WTF in the chat, it's perfect that he accidentally clicked on that. The chat is just WTFing.
Didn't notice the goblet? That's a pyro. What am I missing? Oh, the hydro goblet you clicked on? I clicked on a hydro goblet?
Yep. It's kind of sad we didn't have his non-forehead cam there.
Wow.
The best part about that goblet
having
is
this on Kanaka seems like a war crime. I don't know what to say.
I wish I had a better hydro DPS, right? To be clear, to actually properly utilize the stats.
That is deeply wrong.
It's not deeply wrong, it's correct. Yeah, Candice oftentimes is not on that goblet anymore. She sometimes is because it's, it's still decent. But I also have this Hydro Goblet, which is an onset emblem goblet for her. And then I also have been using this goblet recently a bit because getting more HP and then more ER just for the purpose of Candice synergy with Arlecchino for Vape Arlecchino is pretty good. So, Candice has not much need for a 44 crit damage. For a 44 crit damage goblet. But yeah, I got this goblet before Candice leaks even happened. For I think at least 2 months I had this goblet on the account, and it was just will I ever even get a hydro polearm? Who knows? Maybe that goblet will be useful eventually, and turns out it was kind of, but not really.
Yeah, I don't think she's actually the right play for that team. I don't know, actually.
I basically never use Candice and Udad together.
I'd rather use Shao.
Candice can get,
when your best
50k
option is
vapes.
Literally just this.
By the way, believe it or not, by the end of this, Zajef comes around to Candice. Just you wait.
Arlecchino first side makes sense. She's less reliant on reactions than Hu Tao is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a big part of the reason Arlecchino is so strong on Polearms Only.
Because you don't have one of the actual reaction supports on an account like this, she should just be better.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, I don't think I'd do anything differently.
Yeah,
I think the teams you were using were probably the best ones. There's definitely a better option. Really, you think so?
So yeah, I said there's definitely a better option in chat. I think I actually don't know what I was referring to. I think I was specifically referring to Shenhe, Rosaria, Zhongli, Xiangling on the first half, and then using a Chevreuse team on the second half, which is the main method I use to clear both without Arlecchino or with Arlecchino for most of this Abyss.
Oh yeah, I guess Rosaria is better actually.
Yeah, Rosaria would be better than Candace for that team, I think.
Existed. I think like these 6 characters are always staying the same.
Nowadays, yeah, if I want to easily clear an Abyss, but once upon a time, Chevreuse didn't exist, believe it or not.
I guess you could make an argument for like, I was gonna say, I guess you can make an argument for Yunjin on the first side, and... Bro, this unit is not good.
Oh god, I love that he says something like that minutes before the discovery that I key him into. Hey, I subscribed. I think I only did that because I needed to not have ads.
Unpleasant, isn't it?
Oh yeah, he's doing this chamber without Toma. See, this is part of the reason there's hybrid Raiden there. He's forgetting Raiden's on our hybrid build. He could have wiped through the shields on that right away with Raiden. It's a Jeff common skill issue. A lot of that.
Wait a second. That damage looked a little high.
Yeah, I mean, it is Raiden C3.
That damage looked a little high. I didn't quite realize we had C2.
Yeah. C0 Raiden is just not a very good carry in general, in my opinion, but...
Is it C2? Wait, it's not dead. How is it not dead?
On an account without the typical supports to buff
just realized
whatever.
I'm playing on 300 ping. Jesus.
Oh yeah, this is where his...
Okay, it's because it wasn't on 300. Oh, it's alternating back and forth between 300 and like 160.
I have no idea why he was having ping problems. As far as I'm aware, we are on the same continent. But comment in chat there, Polearms Only, so I guess cons are justified. Yeah, basically, like, there's not much else to do other than hyperinvest. I ended up getting C3 Raiden when going for C6 Chevreuse.
I may have acquired some Raiden cons going for C6 Chevreuse, I see.
Yeah, Chevreuse being on Raiden's banner was very, very fortunate for Polearms Only.
Jesus Christ. Why is the ping so bad? This is supposed to be an A!
It is. I don't know what was wrong. It's some problem with him or something goofy. I don't know.
Oh yeah, wait. This is C1 Hutao as well.
It is C1 Hutao. My Polearm Only account has gotten quite lucky. Is all I can say.
Why is it so bad? Chat, is it my internet? Is the stream fine?
Yeah, his stream was fine, so I don't know what's happening.
Server's okay.
Yeah. It was really unfortunate to have those ping issues because it kind of killed him wanting to mess with a lot of different things. Plus, I think he was tired, but you know, that's his fault. Yeah, Raiden on the hybrid build really helps in this Abyss cycle to be able to get through those Pyro Specters. I think he positioned himself a little bit badly to clear it faster, but it didn't really matter. And it's so cute seeing my Arlecchino do so much less damage.
I missed my E.
I don't think you have to hit on Chevreuse's hold E to get the attack buff, but I can't remember for sure.
Okay. Ping is back in the green though, so we're chilling.
Wow. By the way, this was not the hardest Abyss cycle or Polearms Only by any means. I think it was one of the easiest ones in recent memory. Rip.
That's whatever.
You need to iframe with their burst properly against Coppelius. And you did it with Raiden anyways.
Damage registers after bro, it's so bad.
So Jeff, you're invited to I can't speak. You're invited to play it again if you want, hopefully with not terrible ping next time. You can hear him spamming the switching button. It's so... he's still cleared, but like... Yeah, man. This game with this ping dependence sucks so much.
Okay, well, this like actually could not have happened at a worse moment. Unironically though, this is easier to clear with than a lot of other accounts I've played.
I think like Polearms Only is a really interesting story of hyper investment, right? Both in like builds and the fact that it's much easier to justify going for constellations, right?
And honestly, I think I would still be of the same opinion, even if you didn't have constellations on Raiden. Or like, C1 or more. Yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah, I had C4 at that point, and then I grinded my life away, and I got C6.
Constellations on this like all makes sense because what are they gonna do with the excess primos? Yeah, I guess that's fair. Although, no excess primos now. Rip bozo.
I mean, it's been a patch, and I've gotten back up to 7,000 primo gems, and got a couple more constellations along with that. Was it worth it? We'll see with the next polearm character how painful it is to get them. As long as I get lucky, it won't matter, right?
You want a challenge? Try to clear without Arlecchino or Hu Tao? I'm not doing that on 300 ping. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's understandable.
I'm not playing a swap heavy Hyperbloom Conductor team on 350 ping.
It's so fun.
350 inconsistent ping.
It's a hard team to play, but it's
No
really satisfying to play.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So I guess first side would have to be Raiden Changling. Can I just use Venet instead? True. Yeah, we can look at what teams you were using other than Arlecchino.
The Candace
This is the
Hyperbloom,
epitome
whatever.
of random bullshit go, by the way.
It is kind of it, yeah. Well, a lot
Like,
of it.
straight up, there is no synergy in this team. You just have
Excuse
four
me.
characters
No, it actually.
that are doing things, and none of them are working with each other.
I take extraordinary insult to this. Like, no, this team here works better than you would expect, but it's also RNG as heck because of Yao's weirdness and also Candace. It's not great. I'm not gonna say like you should play Candace, Yao, Raiden, Hyperbloom, but Rosaria is used in conjunction with Yao to try to increase your core generation, and you can front load Hydro to control overriding certain ores if need be to get Dendro cores to generate at certain times, and notably Candace and Yao are good at AoE in AoE situations, so you can generate a lot of cores pretty quickly, and then Raiden can trigger them all, and they can home in on everything, right? So if we rewind a little bit here, you can kind of see that a little bit. So you see like how there's cores generating all around, that Raiden can hit them all at once, right? There's 3 Dendro cores being generated, and 3 Dendro cores that go and get and hit them.
Random bullshit go, by the way. But it still clears because you have constellations on Raiden.
Nope. Yeah, it does not rely on constellations at Raiden at all. So Jeff, there's plenty of Abyss clears I've done with this team variation without Raiden constellations. You can go back and watch.
God, it's just...
It's not ideal in any sense of the fashion, that Dendro mess team,
Yeah.
but like, it can clear content.
Where I will say, like, Abyss has been getting more and more rough for a while now, right? Dendro mess team isn't great, but has a silly level of optimization. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. What do you have, like, 10 different characters in total that you can play? I guess it's more than that, but, I mean, Mika's not playable. Whatever. When you have, like, 10 different characters you can play, it's a lot easier to min-max them a lot more.
It would be hard, quite hard to clear without constellations. Like, I wouldn't be going on I don't plan to go on Kekvin's Polearm Only account and clear this current Abyss cycle, right? But it's also, I think, more doable than you might expect if you're willing to go insane and optimize things for 12 hours.
Now, this is a really cool account.
Thanks. It's taking a lot of time.
Kind of makes me annoyed that characters, like, when you wish for them, they're just put onto your account. Because, like, imagine how much cleaner it would be if it just stopped after this, right? And none of this showed up.
Yeah, I want to delete them all.
I hate it. Okay. Let's do a quick review of the builds, shall we?
Oh no.
Is there even a point to looking at this? You're not playing this character.
I play her all the time with that Rosaria Xiangling melt team. It's like surprisingly good. Sino was on 2-piece because
you should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, I have a 4-piece Thunder
Where's
Fury
the
build.
4-piece TF?
It just doesn't work with the Chevres. Okay,
Oh, that is a lot of ER.
sir. Different builds require different situations.
Should we Steam build on Sino because his ER is rough on this? Like, oh yeah, that's fair.
Soon TM Cyno will get some love. I promise. Hopefully, maybe we'll see.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about this. This is like
it's my favorite build in the account.
No words.
I think I can convince him. I think I can convert him.
Words do not exist to convey how I feel about this.
I so badly want to convert Zajef to the hybrid Raiden believer.
It's a lot easier to stack more HP when EM is worthless because you don't have a Hydro character.
Yes, when Hu Tao doesn't vape, you don't put EM on her.
Yeah, Hu Tao doesn't trigger reactions on this account. Yeah.
Nope.
It's kind of hey. Why Hunter? I don't actually know. Better than yours? Listen up here, bozo. Okay, I have 500 more EM than this. Okay.
If he's bragging about 500 more EM on Hu Tao, he shouldn't be questioning 500 more EM on Raiden. Yeah, Rosaria has her build tweaked around slightly all the dang time, depending on what weapon I'm using on her.
Honestly, this one I'm not really that convinced.
You...
I'm guessing she's on this build right now because the last time she was played was in a team with a Pyro carry.
Normally I use her with the Xiongling Shenhe variation.
Another build that she's usually on.
Gilded with Staff of Scarlet
Try
Sands.
Melt Arlecchino on this account. I've never tried it with Shenhe. But maybe Rosaria plus Shenhe is enough.
Oh yeah, I said in chat.
Arlecchino works too?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
With her?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is the moment. This is the moment, by the way. Like, I do take credit for this. Like, and I thought Vape Arlecchino with Candace would work before Arlecchino's release too. But yeah, this is what turned into Zajef being a believer in Candace, and like his whole Arlecchino post-release was like formatted as like, hey, I forgot about Candace, and Candace works really well with Arlecchino.
That
See,
can't be real.
He doesn't believe. He doesn't believe.
Holy shit. Need C6? I
Yeah.
have C6! Yo! Wait!
And by the way, the day after this, Zajef then tested on his main account Candace C6 with his Arlecchino, and he was like, yep, wow, this is actually really good. And then from that point, the entire Genshin community, as far as I can tell, then realized, oh, Candace C6 Arlecchino works. So, just saying, Polearms Only and my belief in Candace kind of did result in
Do you have to swap
this,
a lot, or is the C6 by itself just enough?
It's enough.
You have my undivided attention.
Do your work. We shall prevail.
And look at that. Vaping consistently. The timing can be a little bit awkward in certain team contexts when you're doing Arlecchino and Candace together, wherein
Hey,
you could steal some Hydra Aura
crazy.
with another character.
wait, that's Fog.
I can't promise.
Look at them vapes.
You see.
Yep, and you can swap out, block and attack.
Fog. You know, this is making me feel better about my exploration.
I mean, I've done a lot more exploration on this account now. That
Oh.
I mean, I had to grind a little bit, just by a little bit. I mean, like 60 hours or so to get the extra Arlecchino constellations. But you know,
That is my... Shut up! No one asked!
yeah, this team is definitely stronger than the Candace variations. Like, the Candace variations are interesting though, particularly with Arlecchino C2, and being able to vape her C2 hit for like
I think I did.
400k consistently.
Oh, the ping is back, chat.
Obey. Cryo incarnate. You can't run. Shiver.
Yeah, so I think he's gonna be able to melt some hits, but then he's gonna run out. Yeah, so you melt 3 times. Oh no, actually he is able to semi-consistently melt. No, yeah, and then it ran out.
Kinda
Okay,
working.
it's
Oh no, the ping is leaving again. Stop
yeah,
it!
that's my
Ping! Stay!
It-
There's
it-
a better melt team? What is it? Replace Arlecchino with Shen... I mean, okay! That... Yes, it's a better melt team. The implication here was that we wanted to look at melt Arlecchino teams.
I knew he was
Okay.
doing that. But I was trying to get him to try the
You're
Xiongling
right.
Rosaria
Yes.
variation.
It's always better with Xiongling. You're right. You got me. Caught.
I just wanted him to embrace the idea of Shenhe being useful with Shenhe, Rosaria, Xiongling.
Not
Like,
my intention. Mm-hmm. I am tired of this thing. I think that's gonna be it for now. Thank you very much for lending me your account, though.
You're welcome, Mr. Zajef. Anywho's, yeah, thank you, Mr. Zajeff, for playing on Polearms Only. You're welcome to play on it again, although, honestly, he reached kind of the same conclusions I did in that Chevroose makes things a lot easier. Zajeff has been one of the main content creators that helped me gain a lot of weirdly specific knowledge about Genshin, and of course annoy him and me if you want us to do something else together. I do think I can bring him to the side of the hybrid riding, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.